All right, this is writing and graphing inequalities. Just a refresher. Inequalities and equations are very similar. If I do 3x plus 2 is equal to 8 and solve that equation, the goal is kind of the same. We're trying to get the variable by itself. We're going to be doing the inverse by subtracting 2 from both sides. You get 3x on the left equals 6. Then you do the inverse, divide by 3 to get the variable 100% by itself, x equals 2. Well, with inequalities, it's kind of the same steps. So whether you're solving a one-step, two-step, multi-step, it's all the same. So if I have, say, this was greater than or equal to 8, all the steps are identical. Subtract 2, subtract 2. So we have 3x is greater than or equal to 6. Then divide by 3, divide by 3. X is going to be greater than or equal to 2. So you'll notice the answers are going to be the same. The only difference really is going to be the sign, which has a little bit of meaning behind it. So what I want to look at now is the different signs of inequality. So you have a less than, a greater than sign, a less than or equal to, or a greater than or equal to. So these are 4 different signs here we're going to look at. So if I were a basic inequality, say x is less than 0, and I have x is greater than 0. And I'll look at these two. I would graph them both by first putting the point 0 out there on a number line. Okay. After that point, I would input, because these are non-inclusive, I'm going to do an open circle at these 2 zeros. Okay. And then the last part is I'm going to shade in the direction that the solution will be true. So if you'll notice right here in this position, what can I plug in for that x to make that true? And that would be -10 would work. So that's why I'm going to shade this one to the left. Over here in the second one right here, I would plug in a positive 10 to make it true. That's over here. That means I would shade this one to the right. Okay. The same exact thing is true for the bottom two. So if I had as x is less than or equal to 0 or x is greater than or equal to 0, all the same is true with the number line. That we're going to start with 0 because that's what the solution has it being. But the difference here is these are going to be closed circles because they're inclusive. Notice this sign, the equal to, it's going to be inclusive there. Okay, so if I think of something that's less than or equal to 0, again, -10 works, shade left. This one's greater than or equal to, shade right. So that's your little intro on how to graph these inequalities.